Good evening and welcome to today's news recap. In Philippine news, the latest PulseAsia survey for Q4 2023 reveals that Vice President Sara Duterte maintains her top approval and trust ratings among the public.
In the fourth quarter of 2023, the PulseAsia survey reveals that both the President and Vice President have garnered majority approval ratings. Despite some notable shifts across geographical and socio-economic subgroups, the overall performance scores of the country's top government officials remain largely unchanged from September 2023 to December 2023. The President and Vice President received predominant appreciation, with 68% and 74% approval ratings respectively. Senate President Juan Miguel F. Zubiri earns approval from 49% of Filipino adults, while House Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez's performance sees a 48% indecision rate. Disapproval ratings range from 8% for the Vice President to 13% for House Speaker Romualdez. Both the President and Vice President maintain majority approval scores across regions, 62% to 74% and 61% to 93% respectively, and classes, 63% to 69% and 72% to 79% respectively. Senate President Zubiri receives approval from Visayans, 55%, Mindanaoans, 60%, and Class D individuals, 51%. In Metro Manila, indecision prevails at 54%, while other regions and socio-economic classes show approval or indecision percentages ranging from 34% to 48% and 39% to 45% respectively. Regarding House Speaker Romualdez, Metro Manilans, 55%, those in the rest of Luzon, 52%, and half of Class D, 50%, are undecided about his performance. The Visayas, Mindanao, and Classes A, B, C, and E show nearly identical approval and indecision figures, 35% to 50% versus 37% to 47%. Noteworthy changes in performance ratings include an increase in the President's approval in Class E, plus 15 percentage points, and a decrease in indecision in the same class, minus 19 percentage points. The Vice President experiences a 12 percentage point drop in approval in the Visayas. Senate President Zubiri sees a 12 percentage point increase in indecision among Metro Manilans. House Speaker Romualdez witnesses a decline in approval in the Visayas, minus 23 percentage points, and an increase in disapproval, plus 17 percentage points. Despite these movements, trust in the President, Vice President, and Senate President remains stable from September 2023 to December 2023, both nationally and across subgroups. Nationally, the President enjoys 73% trust, the Vice President 78%, and Senate President Zubiri 51%. House Speaker Romualdez faces ambivalence from 46% of Filipino adults, with distrust levels ranging from 6% for the Vice President to 14% for the House Speaker. Majority trust ratings persist for the President and Vice President across regions, 70% to 76% and 69% to 96% respectively, and classes, 71% to 74% and 77% to 84% respectively. Senate President Zubiri earns majority trust in most areas, 51% to 58%, and Class D, 53%. Trust and indecision figures remain consistent in the rest of Luzon, Class ABC, and Class E, with slight variations. In contrast, the rest of Luzon, 54%, and Class D, 47%, express indecision about House Speaker Romualdez's trustworthiness. Metro Manila, the Visayas, Mindanao, Class ABC, and Class E report virtually the same trust and indecision ratings. The performance ratings of these government officials exhibit stability from September 2023 to December 2023, except for a notable decrease in indecision toward presidential trustworthiness in Class ABC, minus 21 percentage points.
In other news, tensions rise as the China and Philippines Coast Guard engage in a showdown at sea, further escalating maritime disputes. And unfortunately, hoax bomb threats disrupt government operations, causing chaos and concern among officials and citizens alike.
Who holds the reins in the South China Sea? This question has been echoing around the world as maritime disputes between China and the Philippines intensify. The Philippines Defense Ministry has firmly rejected China's opposition to its ongoing Coast Guard exercises in the South China Sea. China, claiming almost the entire sea, has faced opposition from an arbitration tribunal in 2016, which ruled that China's claim was inconsistent with international law. The Philippines, on the other hand, has been asserting its sovereignty, particularly in its exclusive economic zone. Despite China's assistance in various areas, including COVID-19 vaccines, Philippine President Duterte has emphasized the need to protect his country's interests. The Philippines has hence been filing numerous diplomatic protests against China's actions. Recently, in a 9-day patrol near Scarborough Shoal, the Philippine Coast Guard accused Chinese vessels of dangerous maneuvers. With Chinese Coast Guard vessels crossing the bow of the Philippine vessel multiple times and shadowing it on over 40 occasions, tensions have escalated. China's Coast Guard spokesperson claimed that the Philippine vessel had illegally intruded into the waters and that their actions were in accordance with the law. Fast forward to the second week of February 2024, the spokesperson for the China Coast Guard, Gan Yu, has accused the Philippine Coast Guard vessel 9701 of illegally trespassing into the waters near China's Huangyan Island multiple times. After its warnings were ignored, the China Coast Guard took action to drive the Philippine vessel away in accordance with the law, asserting sovereignty over the island and its adjacent waters. So, where does this leave us? The maritime disputes in the South China Sea have been a long-standing issue, with numerous countries staking their claims. But this recent escalation between China and the Philippines certainly raises questions about the future of these disputes and their implications on international law, sovereignty, and maritime rights. As the world watches, one thing is clear. The South China Sea is not just a body of water. It's a stage where the power dynamics of the East are being played out, with each wave marking a new chapter in this maritime saga.
What would you do if you received a bomb threat at your workplace? A chilling question indeed, and one that became a reality for several government offices in the Philippines on February 12, 2024. This day saw multiple offices, including the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, the Philippine Information Agency, the National Housing Authority, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Department of Science and Technology, receive bomb threats. The Science Heritage Building, which houses the Department of Science and Technology Central Office, received this ominous threat via an email. In response to these threats, the employees were evacuated and the buildings were meticulously inspected by the Philippine National Police. The Bureau of Fire Protection National Capital Region also reported a bomb threat at the National Housing Authority, and employees of the Commission on Higher Education had to evacuate their buildings due to a similar false warning. In Negros Oriental, the Social Security System office in Dumaguete City suspended its operations after receiving a bomb threat through email. The local police inspected the premises and declared it safe. But amidst the tension and fear, it was discovered that these bomb threats were nothing more than hoaxes. Despite the all-clear signal, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources called for vigilance and urged everyone to report suspicious activity. Similarly, the National Bureau of Investigation, under the directive of the Department of Justice, conducted a thorough probe into the incidents. Interestingly, the Philippine National Police Chief stated that investigations were ongoing and that they were coordinating with other countries, as similar threats were happening globally. The Police Regional Office 3 denied reports of bomb threats in the region, but instructed all chiefs of police to investigate. In summary, what started as a day of panic and distress ended with a sigh of relief as the threats were revealed to be hoaxes. However, this event has brought to light the importance of vigilance and readiness in the face of threats, real or otherwise. The investigation continues, not just within the country but in collaboration with international forces, highlighting that in this interconnected world, a threat to one is a threat to all. So, in the end, the question is not just, what would you do if you received a bomb threat at your workplace, but rather, how prepared are we to face such threats as a global community?
Now turning to international headlines, a tragic incident on a Thailand-Germany flight as a man dies mid-flight, prompting an investigation into the Lufthansa incident.
A terrifying incident unfolded on a Lufthansa flight recently. Chaos ensued in mid-air as a 63-year-old German man met a grim fate, dying after coughing up liters of blood. The flight, originally destined for Munich, had taken off from Bangkok. Witnesses reported the man appeared ill and was sweating heavily even before the aircraft left the ground. Despite concerns from passengers and a nursing specialist on board, the crew allowed the man to remain on the flight. This decision would soon take a horrifying turn. The man's health deteriorated rapidly post-takeoff. Blood began spitting into a bag he held, then escalated to a gushing torrent from his mouth and nose. Panic spread amongst passengers as the desperate situation unfolded in front of their eyes. Flight attendants attempted to resuscitate the man for a harrowing 30 minutes, but their efforts were in vain. The man was declared dead on the plane, the aircraft turning around in a somber return to Bangkok. Passengers described the scene upon landing as one of chaos. The wife of the deceased man, a picture of sorrow and shock, had to navigate through customs alone. Lufthansa has since expressed condolences to the family of the deceased and arranged alternative flights for the affected passengers. They confirmed the tragic incident, a stark reminder of how life can take the most unexpected turns. To recap, a 63-year-old man tragically lost his life on a Lufthansa flight from Bangkok to Munich after coughing up liters of blood. Despite initial concerns about his health, the man was allowed to remain on the flight. His condition rapidly worsened, leading to his untimely demise. The plane was forced to return to Bangkok, leaving passengers in shock and disarray. Lufthansa has since extended their condolences to the man's family and facilitated alternative travel arrangements for the affected passengers. A chilling incident indeed, reminding us all to never take our health for granted and to always heed the warning signs when they present themselves.
Meanwhile, Hungary's president faces scandal and downfall amidst the pardon scandal, shaking the political landscape of the country.
Can power and privilege shield even the most heinous of crimes? This is a significant question that has recently been catapulted into the spotlight in Hungary, a Central European nation with rich history and deep-seated political traditions. The trigger? A scandal that has effectively shaken the country's political foundation to its core. A scandal that emanates from the country's highest office and involves a presidential pardon granted to a convicted accomplice in a child sexual abuse case. The eye of this tumultuous storm is none other than the country's first female president, Katalin Novak. She's an iconic figure in the conservative Fidesz party, known and often criticized for her unyielding family-first platform. Novak's beliefs and values have always been under scrutiny, given her controversial perspectives on gender roles and how they should influence the formation of public policy. The controversy started to unravel in the spring of 2023, when Novak used her presidential power to pardon a man convicted of concealing child sexual abuses in a state-managed children's home. This move, unexpected and shocking, triggered a national response, sparking widespread outrage that transcended political affiliations and socioeconomic strata. Her decision to pardon this man wasn't whimsical. It was rooted in her conviction that the individual did not exploit the vulnerability of the children involved in the strength. She believed the man was less a predator and more an unfortunate scapegoat. Regardless of her beliefs, her pardon led to public turmoil. It stirred emotions across the nation, leading to public demonstrations that filled streets and squares, echoing calls for Novak's immediate resignation. The demand was simple: for a leader who puts the nation's children and their safety first. Novak's pardon sparked a national conversation about the country's stance towards pedophilia, which had always been one of zero pef. It also ignited a debate about the integrity of the Fidesz party and the Hungarian government. The pardon put the spotlight on the decisions made at the highest echelons of power and the individuals who make them. However, this pardon not only raised doubts about the country's zero tolerance towards pedophilia, but also called into question the integrity of the Fidesz party and the Hungarian government. As the public outcry grew, it reached a crescendo that reverberated through the political corridors, seeping into the offices of those in power. The increase in public dissent exerted a significant level of pressure on key political figures within the governing body. This pressure became the catalyst for a series of political shakeups, beginning with the resignation of a prominent figure in the controversy, Judit Varga. Varga, the then justice minister, was a respected figure in the political landscape. Known for her staunchly conservative views, Varga had a significant pillar of support within the ranks of the Fidesz party. As the Justice Minister, she had endorsed the controversial pardon that had sparked the public outcry. However, as the magnitude of the public dissent increased, it became clear that her position had become untenable. This realization led Varga to step down from her position. Ripples of shock throughout the political spectrum. Varga's departure from office was not just a personal setback. It dealt a significant blow to her party, the Fidesz party. Her resignation served as a symbol, representing a breach in the previously impervious fortress of the Fidesz party. It amplified the scandal that was already engulfing the party, further intensifying the political storm. As this storm raged on, another key figure, Novak, found herself engulfed by the mounting pressure. Novak, who had held a pivotal role in the controversy, admitted to her mistake. This admission added another layer to the political intrigue, causing a sense of bewilderment and unrest amongst the masses. In February 2024, amidst an atmosphere of political chaos and public furor, she took a dramatic step. She announced the decision to resign from the presidency, marking an unprecedented instance of political turmoil for the Fidesz party. This party, which has been frequently accused of undermining democratic institutions, found itself in the eye of a political storm, a rarity in its history. In the tumultuous aftermath of Novak's abrupt resignation, Prime Minister Viktor Orban, moving swiftly, presented a transformative amendment to the national constitution. This proposal, aimed at substantial legal reform, was primarily designed to deter the country's president from issuing pardons for criminal offenses perpetrated against children, a bold move that caught the world's attention. The proposal of this amendment was a direct and unequivocal response to the public outrage that was ignited by the scandal that led to Novak's resignation. The shockwaves of this scandal had reverberated far beyond the borders of Hungary, capturing the attention of the international community and throwing a harsh spotlight onto the internal workings of Hungarian politics. This constitutional amendment, which Novak, in a surprising show of agreement, pledged to sign into law, was viewed by political analysts around the globe as a strategic maneuver. Theoretical discussions argued that this was an attempt not just to address the immediate controversy, but also to reposition the administration's image in the eyes of a disillusioned electorate. The reactions to Novak's resignation were far from uniform. While some sections of the society, those who had been critics of his governance, welcomed the resignation, there was a significant section that saw this as a mere distraction that did not address the more systemic issues plaguing Orban's governance. Orban's political party, Fidesz, long been known for its close ties with the Kremlin, continues to command significant support in Hungary. Factors contributing to this support involve a range of socio-political dynamics, including national sentiment, foreign policy alignment, as well as economic considerations. However, the strength of Fidesz's position is not only derived from its own merits. The opposition, tragically fragmented and lacking unified vision, has inadvertently contributed to Orban's repeated electoral victories. In the grand scheme of Hungarian politics, the departure of Novak and the subsequent constitutional amendment are seen as significant events. Yet, many critics argue that these developments do not address the larger issues with Orban's governance. The support of Fidesz, underpinned by its close ties to the Kremlin, remains strong in Hungary, and the divided opposition continues to inadvertently bolster Orban's subsequent election victories. So, where does this leave Hungary? The scandal revolving around the issue of child sexual abuse has been brought into sharp focus, invoking an urgent crisis for the government. Initially, the governmental bodies appeared to underestimate the gravity of the issue, dismissing the scandal's potential impact. This crisis, known as the pardon scandal, has had much wider implications than just tarnishing the reputation of the Fidesz party. The issue has raised several glaring questions about the nature of politics in Hungary. It has brought to the forefront the urgent necessity for and transparency within the political mechanisms of the nation. The scandal has shaken the very foundations of the political structure, emphasizing the need for political responsiveness towards such grave issues. As the dust of the scandal begins to settle, the stark reality of its ramifications is coming to light. This event is leaving an indelible mark on Hungary's political landscape, a mark that will be remembered in the annals of the country's history. The scandal, in its aftermath, is serving as a harsh reminder of the power of public opinion and its capability to shape and influence political events. Also, it has underscored the importance of governmental accountability. The role of the governing bodies is not just to lead, but also to be held accountable for their actions, especially in situations of crisis. The public's trust in government is paramount for a functioning democracy, and this scandal serves as a stark reminder of this fact. As we look forward into the future, whether this scandal will lead to significant political change remains a mystery. Will it herald the dawn of a new political environment, or will it fade into the background like many other issues? Will it inspire more transparency and accountability in the political system, or will it merely serve as a reminder of a dark chapter in Hungary's history? But one thing is certain: the pardon scandal has forever altered the course of Hungarian politics. The repercussions of this event will resonate in the country's political narrative for years to come. It has provided a turning point, a marker that will forever remind Hungary of this infamous scandal.
And in Moldova, a stand against Russian election plans marks a significant shift in regional dynamics, sparking debate and diplomatic tensions.
Powerful winds of change are sweeping through Eastern Europe as Moldova, a small nation with a pro-European government, stands tall against the Russian bear. This is a tale of political perseverance, of a country asserting its independence and sovereignty against the pressures of a larger power. The story begins with a simple request from Russia to establish polling stations in the separatist region of Transnistria for the upcoming Russian presidential election. Yet, this is no routine request. For Moldova, it is a symbol of Russian influence and interference, a challenge to its commitment to support Ukraine and counteract Russia's reach. Moldova's response, a resounding no, a rejection that sends a clear message and signals a significant shift in the country's approach to Russian elections in the region. This isn't the first time Russia has attempted to plant its polling stations in Transnistria. In the past, Moldova has raised objections, but the transport of ballots from Russia remained an uncontested reality. But not this time. The year 2018 saw an overwhelming 96% of votes in Transnistria cast in favor of Putin. But the winds of change are blowing, and the scales might not tip so heavily in Russia's favor this time around. The rejection of Russia's request is a testament to this change, a declaration of Moldova's strengthened resolve. In a parallel narrative, Moldova's government has also sought the arrest of a fugitive businessman with pro-Russian ties, further solidifying its stance against Russian influence. The repercussions of this decision are not contained within Moldova's borders. The ongoing war in Ukraine has led to a reduction in the number of polling stations for Russians living abroad, and Russia has faced challenges in setting up polling stations in countries it deems unfriendly. In conclusion, Moldova's pushback against Russian election plans in Transnistria is a powerful testament to its growing resilience and commitment to European integration. A small nation standing tall, Moldova reminds us that size does not determine strength and that every country, no matter how small, has the right to protect its sovereignty and choose its own path.
As Chinese New Year approaches, understanding the mystery of Ben Ming Yen becomes essential. Your zodiac's challenge year may hold surprises and challenges. Stay tuned for tips and insights on navigating this auspicious time.
Ever pondered why some years bring more challenges than others according to Chinese astrology? There's a fascinating world of wisdom to uncover here, steeped in ancient traditions and cultural nuances. At the heart of it all is the Chinese zodiac, a celestial cycle that assigns an animal sign to each year, repeating every 12 years. This cycle is a vibrant tapestry of life, each year represented by a distinct animal with unique characteristics and traits. The rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and lastly, the pig, each carry their own set of strengths, weaknesses, and stories, influencing the lives of those born under their sign. The zodiac year, or the year of a particular animal, holds immense significance in Chinese culture. It's not just about the turn of a calendar page, but a shift in energies and fortunes. Each zodiac year is believed to impact the lives of individuals in unique ways, shaping their luck, relationships, health, and even career prospects. Yet the mystery deepens when you delve into the concept of the zodiac year corresponding with the year of your birth. Imagine being born in the year of the dragon, and then another year of the dragon comes around. What influence does this alignment have on your life? Do the stars align in your favor, or do they pose challenges that shake your world? This is where we introduce the concept of Ben Ming Nian, an intriguing aspect of Chinese astrology that holds the answers to these questions. But what happens when your zodiac year matches the year you were born? Let's unravel the concept of Ben Ming Nian. The term Ben Ming Nian refers to the year in which your zodiac animal coincides with your birth year. This intriguing concept is a cornerstone of Chinese astrology and culture, a system where 12 animal signs represent each year in the zodiac cycle. So imagine the zodiac wheel as a cosmic carousel, with every year a different animal takes center stage. When it's your animal's turn, that's your Ben Ming Nian. But here's the twist: instead of a year-long party with your zodiac mascot, it's believed to be a year that brings challenges and difficulties. It's as if the universe is putting you through a cosmic boot camp, testing your resilience. You see, in Chinese culture, the Ben Ming Nian is viewed not as a year of celebration, but a year of caution. It's like a cosmic check-in, a time to evaluate, reassess, and realign. It's a period of growth, but growth often comes with growing pains. It's not all doom and gloom, though. Think of it as the universe's way of shaking things up, helping you to break old patterns and make way for new beginnings. Now, each animal sign has its own Ben Ming Nian every 12 years. So, if you were born in the year of the rat, for instance, your Ben Ming Nian would be every 12th year following your birth. It's a recurring cycle, a rhythm of life that intertwines with the threads of fate and destiny. But why does this year bring challenges? Why isn't it a year of good fortune and prosperity? It's an intriguing question, and the answer lies in the heart of Chinese astrology and cultural beliefs. So buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the mysteries of the Ben Ming Nian. Now you may wonder, why does Ben Ming Nian bring challenges? Let's delve into that. Contrary to what one might expect, your zodiac year, or Ben Ming Nian, is said to bring bad luck rather than good. Diving deep into the heart of Chinese astrology, there lies an intriguing belief that the year of one's birth sign, the Ben Ming Nian, is a challenging year, filled with obstacles and trials. This belief stems from the idea that during your zodiac year, you inadvertently offend the god of age, known as Tai Sui, leading to a year of misfortune. Now you might be wondering, how does one offend a deity merely by existing in their zodiac year? Well, in Chinese astrology, it's all about the cyclical balance of the universe. When your animal sign is in the limelight, it's thought to disrupt the harmonious flow, drawing the attention and perhaps the ire of Tai Sui. This celestial deity, Tai Sui, is not one to be trifled with. He is a powerful figure in Chinese mythology, responsible for the fortune and misfortune of individuals. Offending Tai Sui can result in a year fraught with bad luck, full of hurdles and setbacks in various aspects of life, be it career, health, or relationships. However, it's essential to note that the concept of offending in this context doesn't imply any wrongdoing on your part. It's simply a natural part of the zodiac cycle, a cosmic dance of sorts where each animal sign takes its turn in the spotlight and faces the challenges that come with it. So, if you've been having a rough time and you realize it's your Ben Ming Nian, don't panic. It's not a curse or punishment, it's a test, a period of growth and transformation, a chance for you to emerge stronger on the other side. But fear not, traditional Chinese culture offers ways to protect oneself during this challenging year. The next scene will shed light on these protective measures, so stay tuned. Chinese traditional methods provide a beacon of hope during your Ben Ming Nian. This may be your zodiac year, but it doesn't mean you have to succumb to the challenges it brings. There are time-honored ways that you can rise above and protect yourself. One of these methods involves setting up a shrine for the god of Tai Sui. Tai Sui, otherwise known as the Grand Duke Jupiter, is a force to be reckoned with in Chinese astrology. By setting up a shrine in his honor, you pay respect and seek favor. This age-old practice is believed to mitigate the adverse effects of your Ben Ming Nian. Another method involves avoiding the direct gaze of Tai Sui. This might sound unusual, but in the context of Chinese astrology, it makes perfect sense. The direct gaze of Tai Sui is considered inauspicious. So by consciously avoiding it, you're essentially sidestepping potential misfortune. Then there's the practice of wearing zodiac talismans or pixiu. Pixiu is a mythical creature revered in Chinese culture for its ability to attract and safeguard wealth. Wearing a pixiu or your zodiac talisman is akin to having a personal shield that safeguards you from the challenges of your Benming Nian. Lastly, dressing in red for luck is a simple yet powerful method. In Chinese culture, red is synonymous with prosperity, fortune, and joy. So, by wearing red during your zodiac year, you're not just making a fashion statement, you're aligning yourself with these positive energies, tipping the scales of luck in your favor. These traditional methods may seem steeped in mysticism and superstition to some, but for many, they are a comforting part of a rich cultural heritage. They offer a sense of control, a way to navigate the uncertain waters of your Benming Nian. So, while Benming Nian may bring challenges, there are always ways to turn the tide in your favor. In essence, Benming Nian is a unique aspect of Chinese culture that intertwines faith, astrology, and tradition. As we've explored, the concept of Benming Nian is deeply rooted in Chinese astrology. It's a cycle that revisits every 12 years when your birth zodiac animal once again takes center stage in the zodiac calendar. This year, full of potential, is also believed to bring with it a series of challenges and hurdles. But remember, these are not to be feared. Rather, they are seen as opportunities for growth, transformation, and self-improvement. Throughout this year of your zodiac animal, the universe nudges you to step out of your comfort zone, face your fears, and conquer obstacles. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal growth, a time to take lessons from the past and apply them to the future. When it comes to navigating the choppy waters of your Benming Nian, Chinese culture provides a wealth of traditional methods to counter these challenges. These practices, steeped in centuries of tradition, range from setting up a shrine for the god of Tai Sui, to wearing zodiac talismans or pixiu, and even dressing in vibrant red for good luck. These methods are not just about avoiding misfortune, but they also serve as a reminder of the power of faith, respect for tradition, and the importance of maintaining a positive mindset. In the grand scheme of things, Benming Nian is not just about a year of challenges, but a year of transformation and personal growth. It's a year that prompts introspection, resilience, and the embracing of new opportunities. It's a year that reminds us to respect our traditions, have faith in the universe, and maintain a positive outlook, come what may. So, next time you find yourself facing a challenging year, remember the concept of Benming Nian and the traditional protections offered by Chinese culture.
Finally, in entertainment news, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes Super Bowl trailer unveils 8 secrets, promising an exciting cinematic experience for fans worldwide.
Have you ever wondered what the future holds for the Planet of the Apes? The recent Super Bowl gave us a glimpse into the world of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and it's certainly not monkey business. The first reveal is the introduction of our protagonist, Noah. Unlike her ape counterparts, Noah shows a deep fascination with human history and technology, setting her apart from the rest. The second reveal introduces us to the antagonist of the tale, Proximus Caesar. His ambition? To establish apes as the undisputed rulers of the world, a goal that will undoubtedly lead to conflict and tension. Next, we meet a new human character portrayed by Freya Allan. This intelligent human is being hunted by Proximus and his followers, adding an element of danger and suspense to the plot. The fourth reveal is the bond that forms between Noah and Allan's character. This unexpected alliance adds a depth of emotion and intrigue to the narrative. As the plot thickens, we discover that Proximus has not been entirely truthful about the world. This deception forms the crux of the fifth reveal, setting the stage for conflict and potential betrayal. The sixth reveal positions Noah as the protector of Allan's character, further complicating their relationship and the dynamics of the ape community. The seventh reveal is a poignant callback to the original trilogy. Noah uses the iconic motto, "Apes Together Strong," not as a rallying cry for dominance, but as a statement of unity against Proximus's rule. Lastly, the trailer announces the release date for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, May 10th, 2024. To summarize, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes Super Bowl trailer introduced us to a new protagonist with a fascination for human history, a power-hungry antagonist, a hunted human character, and an unexpected alliance. It revealed deception within the ape community, positioned our protagonist as a protector, referenced an iconic motto, and announced an exciting release date. The world of the apes is evolving, and it promises to be a wild ride. So, mark your calendars for May 10th, 2024, and prepare to enter the kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That concludes today's news recap. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a great evening.
In a world of endless wonder, where knowledge takes its flight, where history intertwines with facts that shine so bright, from mysteries of olden days to secrets yet untold, our journey's just beginning. Let the stories all unfold. Facts, where curiosity meets delight, a universe of wisdom shining ever so bright. New knowledge, history, amazing facts untold. Money, ideas, and help, a treasure trove. Behold, a canvas painted white with tales from every age. Discoveries that ignite our curiosities, burning blaze. In the vaults of time, where wonders come to life, exploring realms of knowledge, vanishing all strife. Backflips, where curiosity meets delight, a universe of wisdom shining ever so bright. New knowledge, history, amazing facts untold. Money, ideas, and help, a treasure trove. Behold, with every click and flicker, a story to unveil. The mosaic of insights, a vibrant lively trail, from wealth and mind and health and soul. Fact flicks, the beacon guiding us towards our goal. Fact flicks, where curiosity meets delight, a universe of wisdom shining ever so bright. New knowledge, history, amazing facts untold. Money, ideas, and help, a treasure trove.
Ng sundalala sa dilim ng gabi, bawat sulok may nagtatangkang ilihim ang bulok. Ang bayan ay umiiyak, nagtatanong saan patutungo ang landas natin lihim. Mahalika, babaeng matapang, bukas ang mga mata ng sambayanan. Sa kanyang tinig, buhay ay nagbago. Mahalika, bayani ng bansa. Ang kasakiman sa gobyerno'y hayag, korupsyon, kontrabando, droga'y lagi, ang liderato'y mahina, walang malasakit sa mga dukat, naghihirap na kababayan. Mahalika, babaeng matapang, bukas ang mga mata ng sambayanan. Sa kanyang tinig, buhay ay nagbago. Mahalika, bayani ng bansa. Sa dilim ng kadiliman, bawat patak ng dugo, ang boses ni Mahalika, pag-asa'y dumarami. Pagmamahal sa bayan, di magbabago. Kanyang tagumpay sa lahat ay damhin. Mahalika, babaeng matapang, bukas ang mga mata ng sambayanan. Sa kanyang tinig, buhay ay nagbago. Mahalika, bayani ng bansa. Mahalika, sa iyong tapang sa bawat laban. Sa pag-asa'y nagmumula ang iyong pangalan. Sa puso'y mamahaling maharika, bayani ng Pilipinas.
Is climate change turning natural disasters into a new normal? The recent events in Mindanao, Philippines, may make us ponder this question deeply. In the southern Philippines, the death toll from landslides and floods caused by heavy rain has reached 14. Davao de Oro, a province in this region, bore the brunt of this calamity with 10 fatalities reported. The neighboring province of Davao del Norte was not spared either, witnessing a landslide that buried 4 people. The picture is grim, with widespread flooding in Agusan del Sur, causing significant damage to villages and crops. It may take several days for the floodwaters to recede, but the impact will linger much longer. The Philippines is no stranger to such disasters. The archipelago has seen its share of devastating floods and landslides over the years. Just last Christmas, flooding claimed 51 lives and left 19 missing in northern Mindanao. Thousands had to seek refuge in emergency shelters as over 4,500 homes were damaged. The government stepped up, providing aid and assistance in various forms, including food, shelter repair kits, and water filtration systems. But this is not an isolated issue. It's part of a disturbing pattern. In recent years, the Philippines has become increasingly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, which amplifies the risk and intensity of flooding and landslides. The climate crisis is making extreme weather more destructive, and countries like the Philippines are bearing the brunt of it. But it's not just about acknowledging the problem. It's about taking action. Each one of us has a role to play in mitigating climate change. We can start by reducing our carbon footprint, conserving water and energy, supporting renewable energy sources, and advocating for policies that prioritize the environment. The time for action is now, because every step we take today can help ensure a safer, more sustainable world for future generations. Remember, climate change is not just a problem for the Philippines or any other single country. It's a global challenge, and it requires a global solution.
So join us on this journey as we learn and share and do. Netflix is where discoveries.
Have you heard about Apple's latest innovation? It's the Vision Pro, a groundbreaking spatial computer that's set to revolutionize how we interact, work, and communicate. It's not just the next step in Apple's evolution, it's a leap into the future. The Vision Pro is an ambitious departure from previous Apple products as well as its competitors. Whereas Google Glass received a tepid reception and was eventually discontinued, and Meta's venture into the metaverse has been costly and reputation-damaging, Apple is charting its own course with the Vision Pro. Unlike these other ventures, Apple's Vision Pro is not pitched as a consumer product. Instead, it's a developer tool that emphasizes connection to the real world. It uses augmented reality technology to seamlessly integrate digital content with the physical world, offering a wide range of capabilities from real-time virtual in-store help to tailored recommendations. But what sets the Vision Pro apart from other products in the market? Well, it's all about the tech. This device comes equipped with a sophisticated camera system and AI technology that can recognize and analyze objects and situations. It boasts an OLED display, lightning-fast processing, and extended battery life. Apple has also prioritized accessibility with features for people with disabilities and data security, ensuring user privacy. Now you might be wondering, what's spatial computing? It's a term Apple is encouraging developers to use when describing the software for the Vision Pro. It's a way to differentiate the product from competitors and simplify the terminology for consumers. But it's also more than that. Some analysts believe spatial computing is so powerful that it could go mainstream, with Apple's headset potentially accounting for 10% of its sales by 2030. So, where can you find out more about this game changer in the virtual and augmented reality space? Head on over to the Apple Store or the Apple website.
There you can explore the countless options for gaming, entertainment, education, and the workforce that the Vision Pro offers. And remember, the true nature of the Vision Pro and its appeal will be revealed soon. So keep an eye out for this groundbreaking technology that's set to redefine our digital experience. It's not just a product, it's a vision of the future. Welcome to the world of Apple's Vision Pro.
What does it mean to be united as one nation? As we delve into this question, we first need to consider several aspects. Is it about sharing a common language, a universal way of communicating thoughts and ideas? Or perhaps it's about a shared history, the collective experiences etched into the consciousness of a populace, shaping their identity. These factors undoubtedly play a significant role, but could unity be something even deeper, something that transcends linguistic, geographical, and cultural boundaries and differences, binding us all under a shared sense of purpose and belonging? To truly comprehend what unity means, let's delve into a recent event that sheds light on these questions. In the early days of February 2024, a significant development in the socio-political landscape of the Philippines caught global attention. The National Security Council and several governors from Mindanao, a region in the southern Philippines, publicly rejected calls for the region's secession from the country. The decision was significant, carrying weighty implications for the future of the nation. They didn't make this decision lightly. The reason cited was the potential threat to peace and development. The key individuals involved were aware of the considerable risks associated with such a move. National Security Advisor Eduardo Ano was firm in his stance, issuing a stern warning that the government would not hesitate to use force to prevent any attempts to dismember the country. His statement was resolute, leaving no room for ambiguity. The prospect of secession, he argued, is a direct contradiction to the Constitution. This revered document, the foundation of the country's legal and political structure, enshrines the principles of unity and territorial integrity. To pursue secession would undermine these fundamental principles, shaking the very foundations of the nation. But Ano wasn't just concerned about the legal implications. He believed that secession would undermine the progress made in peace and development in Mindanao. This region has a long history of conflict and unrest. In recent years, however, significant strides have been made towards peace and development. To pursue secession at this stage would risk undoing all this hard-earned progress, threatening to plunge the region back into chaos and instability. But Ano, alone in his stance. Presidential Peace Advisor Carlito Galvez Jr. echoed his sentiments. Galvez, like Ano, has dedicated his life to maintaining peace and stability in the nation. He warned that secession would threaten the peace process, a painstakingly negotiated agreement that has brought much-needed stability to the region. Also adding his voice to this chorus of unity was Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao Chief Minister Ahod Ibrahim. Ibrahim, who has been instrumental in the peace process, called for the protection of the peace agreement. He too saw the potential risks, the threat that secession could pose to national stability. The governors of Sultan Kudarat and Maguindanao del Sur, two key provinces in the region, echoed these sentiments. They stated that secession would disrupt national stability and compromise efforts to build a stronger nation. The potential dangers were clear: political instability, social unrest, and economic uncertainty. Each of these leaders, despite their various backgrounds and political affiliations, were united in their stance. Their collective voices resonated a clear message: unity is vital for peace, stability, and progress. So what can we gather from this event? Firstly, unity is crucial. A united nation stands stronger and is better equipped to handle challenges and progress forward. This unity is not born out of mere geographical proximity or shared historical events, but rather, it is rooted in the shared commitment, will, and vision of the citizens for a better future. It is the collective consciousness of the people, their shared dreams and aspirations, their common goals and purpose that fuels this unity. Every citizen has a role to play in fostering this unity. It starts with respect for one another's beliefs, cultures, traditions, and ideologies. Respect is the bedrock of unity. It fosters understanding and empathy, and paves the way for cooperation and collaboration. It is important to recognize and celebrate our differences, for they are what make us unique. They are what add depth and richness to our society. They are what make us stronger as a nation. Secondly, peace and development are intrinsically linked. A peaceful nation is one where its citizens can live without fear, where every individual is safe and secure. Peace is not just the absence of conflict or war. It is the presence of justice, fairness, and equality. It is the assurance of basic human rights and freedoms. It is the knowledge that one can express their thoughts and ideas freely without fear of reprisal. Peace is the bedrock upon which development is built. Development is not just about economic progress or technological advancements. It's about the holistic growth and upliftment of society. It's about ensuring that every citizen has access to basic necessities like food, water, shelter, and healthcare. It's about ensuring equal opportunities for all, irrespective of their race, religion, gender, or socioeconomic status. Development is about empowering the citizens, providing them with the tools and resources they need to improve their lives and contribute to the growth of the nation. Disrupting the unity of a nation threatens the peace process and hinders development. In other words, unity, peace, and development are interconnected. They are like three sides of a triangle, each side being equally important and supporting the other two. And finally, the Constitution is the backbone of a nation. It is a symbol of the nation's values and principles. It is a set of rules and guidelines that govern the conduct of the nation and its citizens. It ensures the rights and freedoms of its citizens and maintains the integrity of the nation. The Constitution is not just a document, it is a living entity. It evolves and adapts with the changing times and needs of the society. It serves as the guiding light, the compass that navigates us through the complexities of modern society. It protects and preserves the democratic values and principles upon which our nation is built. In conclusion, unity, peace, development, and adherence to the Constitution are the pillars that uphold a nation. They are the values and principles that guide us, that inspire us, that motivate us to strive for a better future. They are the shared vision that binds us together, that makes us stronger as a nation. And as recent events in the Philippines show, these are values that leaders and citizens alike must protect and uphold. It is a reminder of our responsibility towards our nation and towards each other. The unity of a nation is not just about shared language or history, but about a shared commitment to peace, progress, and the rule of law. Remember, a nation divided against itself cannot stand, but a nation united, that's a force to be reckoned with.
Ever wondered if that invigorating cup of coffee is making you age faster? This question has intrigued so many coffee lovers around the globe. For some, the mere thought of their beloved cup of joe potentially accelerating the aging process is enough to give them sleepless nights. And if you're one of them, observing your steaming mug with a sense of trepidation, then you're certainly not alone. Wondering if there is some sort of a magical correlation between your daily espresso and those slight lines creeping onto your face? It's a valid query, shared by many, and one that has sparked countless debates and discussions. The globally enjoyed beverage coffee has often found itself under the scrutiny of researchers, nutritionists, and medical professionals. Their focus? Uncovering the potential effects of caffeine on the human body. When it comes to the specific question of age, however, the answer may not be as straightforward as we'd like. Scientifically speaking, there is no concrete evidence to suggest that caffeine directly speeds up the aging process. Trust us, we've been through countless medical journals and research papers. The results? A mixed bag. Some studies debate the effects of caffeine on our bodies, while others praise the potential benefits. The point of contention isn't the coffee per se, but rather the caffeine it contains. Caffeine, an active ingredient in coffee, is a natural stimulant, known for its energizing effects. Contrary to the aging theory, coffee comes loaded with a bunch of health benefits. It's packed with antioxidants, those magical molecules that can potentially protect against cell damage and aging. The antioxidants found in coffee, like chlorogenic acid and melanoidins, are quite powerful. They fight against oxidative stress, a crucial factor in aging, and protect our cells from potential damage. Furthermore, coffee has also been associated with a reduced risk of several diseases, including Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. It is even suggested to have protective effects on the liver and heart. However, while all this may sound like a green light to guzzle down multiple cups of coffee, it's crucial to be mindful. Excessive caffeine can disrupt sleep, lead to stress, and dehydrate your skin, factors that can indirectly contribute to aging. Caffeine is a diuretic, which means it can increase urine production, leading to dehydration. And know how important hydration is for our skin. Dry, dehydrated skin is more prone to wrinkles and aging. Even the disrupted sleep caused by too much caffeine can have aging effects. Our bodies repair and rejuvenate during sleep, and without enough of it, we're left feeling and looking tired. Stress, another potential side effect of too much caffeine, is also a known contributor to aging. So, while your cup of coffee isn't directly making you age faster, it's essential to consider these indirect factors. The key, as with many things in life, is balance and moderation. Enjoy your cup of joe, relish in its rich aroma and comforting warmth, but always balance it with good hydration, ample rest, and a healthy lifestyle. So, sip with caution and remember, moderation is key. Be smart about your coffee consumption and don't let it dictate your lifestyle. Remember, you control the coffee, it doesn't control you. Now go ahead, brew that coffee with confidence.
The House of Representatives has affirmed its integrity and honor amid an ongoing dispute with the Senate over charter change, adopting a resolution that dismisses what it calls baseless accusations against Speaker Martin Romualdez. The resolution condemns the Senate's confrontational tactics and highlights their negative impact on cooperative governance and public trust in parliamentary processes. The conflict between the two chambers stems from differing views on charter change, leading to verbal clashes between lawmakers. Senator Amy Marcos directly implicated Speaker Romualdez in an alleged campaign to collect signatures for Cha-Cha through People's Initiative, PI, citing monetary incentives. However, Romualdez has consistently denied involvement in the PI efforts. During the resolution's adoption on Monday, House Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Gonzalez Jr. asserted that the House had no role in the signature drive, attributing it to a private organization. The resolution, signed by House leaders and political party leaders, expresses concern over the Senate's allegations, which they argue undermine the lower chamber's independence, reputation, and integrity. The resolution serves as a formal denouncement of the Senate's confrontational tactics, branding them a breach of interparliamentary courtesy and a challenge to the integrity of the parliamentary institution. The House deemed the Senate's recent inquiry into the alleged signature-buying drive for PI a waste of time and government resources. House leaders declared their unity in rejecting the unfounded accusations, committing to defend the institution's dignity and integrity while offering unwavering support to Speaker Romualdez. The resolution garnered 283 signatories from House members. In response to the Senate's inquiry, the Commission on Elections, COMELEC, halted all PI proceedings, including the acceptance of signature sheets in local offices. COMELEC Chief George Garcia confirmed on Monday that all accepted signature pages would remain in local offices. Senators expressed both sorrow and bewilderment in response to a House of Representatives resolution affirming its honor and integrity amid what it termed an intense assault from the Senate. Senator Jinggoy Estrada raised the issue on the Senate floor on Monday, questioning the use of the phrase intense assault from the Senate in the resolution. According to the House, this phrase violated the principle of interparliamentary courtesy and constituted undue interference in its legislative and constituent functions. Estrada countered by asserting that the Senate had not violated any rules or interparliamentary courtesy. He deemed the resolution an affront to the Senate as an institution, prompting Senate Minority Leader Aquilino Coco Pimentel III to express dismay over the House's actions. Pimentel questioned the House's intentions, stating that it accused the Senate of practices it purportedly engaged in itself, without clearly articulating its desires. Pimentel suggested the need for an open dialogue between the Senate and the House to address the issues. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, presiding over the session, expressed uncertainty about resolving the impasse between the two chambers. He lamented the unfortunate turn of political debates, emphasizing that his statements focused on institutions rather than derogatory remarks about House members. The ongoing verbal tussle between the House and the Senate revolves around the proposal for charter change, Cha-Cha, through a people's initiative. Despite the conflict, Zubiri clarified that he had not made